I'm going to talk to you about how to choose a digital camera. In the 21st century, if you're interested in taking a picture or any photography for that matter, you should definitely consider purchasing a digital camera over a film camera. There are plenty of reasons for this. One of the main reasons, I believe, is the fact that you don't need to go to the store to get your pictures developed. While you can still find film cameras, the ones that you'll find are most likely to be used, or if you are able to be lucky enough to somehow find one that's brand new, if you really want to improve your photography skills, you should definitely go with a digital camera. The reason I say this is just a lot less to worry about, especially if you're just starting out. And with the advancements in technology, there's a lot of things you can do with digital cameras, especially when it comes time to start editing your pictures on the computer. In these times of economic depression, most like anything that you buy, you obviously consider the cost. One thing that can be very expensive is a camera, whether it's digital or film. So that's one thing that you would definitely consider when going to the stores, what the cost of the camera is based on what you want it to do or the features that you're hoping to get out of it. The amount of money that you, the photography buff, if you're a photography student, an amateur photographer, and or a professional photographer, are willing to spend will determine the sophistication of the digital camera that you purchase. Obviously, this is common sense. You spend more, what you spend typically is what you get back. That's not always the case. Obviously, brand names are always going to charge you a little bit more. Although they're well known, you know that for the most part, nothing's going to go wrong with it. But it does always help to read up and do some research on the internet, read some consumer reports, check out some blogs, check out these videos, and make sure that obviously you're making the right decision before jumping into a camera, especially if going into one of the higher end models. The second most important factor in choosing a digital camera is use. If you're a professional photographer, you need advanced models for durability, extensive use, and difficult lighting situations. If you're an advanced amateur photographer or an amateur photographer, you'll need a slightly less durable camera than those in the moderate price range. If you're an occasional photographer, you can really make do with just about any camera. There's no real need to go to the high-end stuff unless you just have money that you want to put away, or if you're hoping that you want to become a better photographer as time goes on. There are 4 types of digital cameras. There's a medium format, SLR, which means single lens reflex cameras, 35mm format, SLR cameras, point and shoot cameras, and cell phone cameras. Each camera category has its advantages and disadvantages. Specific camera brands may appear in 3 categories, but not all categories. Hasselblad and Meyer are brands that are heavyweights in the medium format SLR camera category. These cameras' main features include at least 50 megapixels, CMSO sensors, autofocusing, interchangeable lenses, and the ability to produce raw files. Medium format digital cameras are the most expensive digital cameras, ranging between $9,000 to $22,000. Only well-established professional photographers purchase cameras in this category, unless you're someone who just likes to go and spend $9 to $20 grand on a camera. The most popular brands in the 35mm SLR category are Canon, Nikon, Pentax, Olympus, and Sony. All these brands have autofocusing, interchangeable lenses, the ability to produce raw files, and a maximum sensor resolution of around 21 megapixels. The price range for these cameras is between $500 to $7,000. Popular brands in the point-and-shoot category are Canon, Casio, Kodak, Leica, Nikon, and Pentax. You'll be unable to change the lenses in point-and-shoot cameras, but they will still autofocus. These cameras' maximum sensor resolution is 15 megapixels. As for digital picture files, all will be produced in JPEG, Joint Photograph Experts Group files, but not RAW files. Likely affordable to you and most people, these cameras' price ranges are between $80 to $500. As we all know, cell phones now have cameras. This wasn't common back in the day. I remember you used to have to buy the phones that had the cameras and everyone was going nuts over them. They weren't very good. They didn't produce very good images. Nowadays, you can actually get a pretty decent camera out of a cell phone. These lenses lack interchangeability, but they will autofocus. Usually, the maximum sensor capacity is around 10 megapixels. You, like most people nowadays, probably already have a cell phone with a camera. Whether that's an iPhone, a BlackBerry, what have you, it's probably got a semi-decent camera that you use to take pictures, maybe put on Facebook, or edit even on your phone in some basic photo editing applications. Digital cameras are becoming smaller and smaller. Continuing advances in technology are making all of this possible. In the near future, you, the photography enthusiast, may even be able to stick a camera in your eyes. Whether this will be a good thing or not, time will tell.